Hey, okay sir, welcome back to Harry Potter Hogwarts Mystery. I am absolutely flabbergasted. I'm shocked. We get another chapter for the week. That makes it, I think, 3 weeks in a row of chapters. And if I'm wrong on that, we've had more chapters lately anyway, so that's a good sign. The bad, though, is that we're probably like 1% done the year. For the year 7. There's probably going to be like 500 chapters or some silly thing. I'm exaggerating. There's going to be a lot of chapters, though. In the last chapter, I went to the Department of Regulation of Animals, or whatever the heck it was called. I'm going to be completing that. But I'm not done with the Ministry of Magic. That just means that assignment is over. But more assignments are to come. And I'm going to be tying up loose ends as well. Or so the chapter says. KC, your message sounded urgent. What is it you wanted to talk to me about? My assignment with the Department of Magical Creature Regulation involving catching a Wampus Cat. By the way, I know it is not Wampus. It is actually Wampus. But I like the name Wampus better. Wampus Cat. That sounds better than Wampus Cat, doesn't it? Well, I like it. On that Wampus Cat, where's the sock? I thought it might be the missing port key, but I wanted to check up with you. That is the missing port key, alright. You said you found it on a Wampus Cat? There were creature attacks in Hogsmeade, and they were determined to be the work of a Wampus Cat. See, I'm flip-flopping now. We captured the beast at Hogsmeade Station and found the sock attached to it. That is quite troubling. And brings more questions than answers. Maybe if we look at the evidence as a whole, we can make some connections. Ha! You're starting to think like the detective, KC. Let us look at the evidence. It's a good idea. If the sock port key was used to get the Wampus Cat to Hogsmeade, that still doesn't explain why I would release a dangerous magical creature in town. As I said, it could be a distraction. But, for what? Merula might know, but I can't just go ask her. I'm not even sure I can trust her. That is true. It's frustrating is what it is. We have no idea what R is planning. KC, I need you to focus. Getting emotional can only get in the way of our investigation. I think emotions can help. You're right. Emotions are good and bad. Everybody has them. But sometimes you can't let them get the best of you, right? You're right, Mad Eye. If I get too caught up in my emotions, then I'll never see past them. Couldn't have said it better myself. Right now, you need to focus on 2 things. Continuing your investigation into Merula Snide and completing our assignment at the Ministry. What about R? Or the Metamorph Magus? You let me focus on that part, KZ. By splitting the work, we'll be able to cover more ground and uncover the answers to our questions. Alright, Mad Eye, I understand. You should get back to Amos. You did a good thing for the Ministry by capturing the Wampus Cat. These mysteries continue, but right now, it is time for you to report back to the Department of Magic Creatures Regulation. I suspect congratulations may be in order. Go find out. You're right. I better go see Amos and finish up this Wampus Cat assignment. So I think he's up at the top. Somewhere. There he is, way in the back. KC, now that you're here, we can celebrate a job well done. Oh, Butterbear. Thank you, Mr. Diggory. No, thank you, KC. It's because of you and your friends here that we're even celebrating. If it weren't for you, that dangerous Wampus Cat would likely still be on the loose. Accept the praise for yourself, which I wish I could do, but I want sweet points, so credit your friends. It was a team effort with all my friends. Charlie, Liz, and Barnaby deserve all the credit. Thanks, Casey, but you're the one who pulled us all together. Your planning is what let us capture the Wampus Cat. Not to mention you're the one who cast Stupefy. Come now, grab a mug of butterbeer and let's have a little celebration. Hey, I'm on board with that. If it's 8 hours, I'm not gonna like it, but I kinda will. Because celebrating and having fun is better than working. Now that I see the 8 hours, I retract what I said. I got 5 seconds remaining. I just wanted to show you just what I have to work with and what I have to tap. I've really been impressed with the camera work and a lot of the different areas you get to actually scroll around when you're tapping. Who doesn't ever want any more butterbeer? If you keep up this kind of work, you all could have futures in the ministry. I'll have to write my mom. She'll be so excited. I think my mom would appreciate it if I had a ministry job. More nifflers. We're just trying to make the most of this special time here, but I really appreciate your support. Not many 7th year Hogwarts students can handle a full-grown Wampus Cat. Which reminds me, I received word that Madame Umbridge and Miss Merk are feeling much better. Was the Wampus Cat's legitimacy powers to confuse them? After examining the creature, I do believe that was the case. Luckily, it didn't leave any long-term effects. That's good to hear. What about Tim? Oh, okay. Alright, yeah, I was so confused for a second too. I'm like, was Tim somebody that they attacked? The Wampus Cat, Mr. Diggory. Let's name him Tim. I see. Is he alright, Mr. Diggory? He's doing just fine. Professor Caliburn has kindly offered to care for the Wampus Cat. Which of course means that you 4 have one more job. Delivering the Wampus Cat to Professor Kettleburn? We can handle that, Mr. Diggory. I hope Tim will be happy to see us. Not a niffler, but still a magical creature. Alright, let's go then. Thank you again, Mr. Diggory. Come on, let's go deliver the Wampus Cat to Professor Kettleburn and close this case for good. Does that mean that the Wampus Cat's going to be on Hogwarts grounds then? I guess so. Judging by what just popped up. Hey, the cat's just chilling there. How's it going, Mr. Cat? Professor Kettleburn, Hagrid, we're here to deliver the Wampus Cat. His name is Tim. How's it going, man?
Oh!
Ah, brilliant name for a fantastic beast. Thank you for delivering Tim to his new home.
Ah!
What a fine-looking critter. I reckon he'll fit right in here. You aren't worried about keeping a dangerous creature at Hogwarts?
Oh!
We're ready to keep several dangerous creatures, Mr. Casey. I don't know. It still seems dangerous, especially since the Wampus Cat has the power of legitimacy. But you're legitimate and you're not feared, Casey. It is clear that you have concerns, so allow Hagrid and I to reassure you. I do think that would help. Let's discuss. We just had an 8-hour quest, so you're gonna do me in and do another one? Why? Why, I say? The Wampus Cat is classified as a bunch of X's. Yo. Hagrid and I, Hagrid and I have a lot of experience with dangerous creatures. Nothing will happen while we're around. Besides, when the Wampus Cat attacked, it was out of fear. He was acting to protect himself.
Oh!
Do you feel better now that you've talked about your concerns? I do feel better. I'm still unsure, but I trust you. I'm still unsure, I'll be perfectly honest, because we don't really know a lot about the creature. This creature is still very foreign, and how much does it take to spook this creature before it attacks? We don't know. Just because it's nice and calm now doesn't mean anything. Maybe I make a loud noise and BAM! Scratch City! I'm still unsure, but I trust you, Professor Kettleburn. As long as you and Haggard are here, nothing will happen.
Oh!
It's my job as a professor to ensure the safety of all students at Hogwarts, and I take that job quite seriously.
Oh!
And look! The Wampus Cat is curled up for a nap just like any house cat. How precious! The Wampus Cat seems much more peaceful while sleeping.
Ha!
You'd be surprised how often creatures and even people can prove you wrong. Well, that's one happy ending to another Hogwarts mystery. Which means I can move on to the next one. What's that, Casey? There's someone I've been meaning to talk to. I'd much rather talk to creatures. They don't mind if I ramble about the logistics of the flight of a glum bumble. In a way, the person I need to speak with is just as unpredictable as the creature. You might even say she's a Wampus Cat of witches. Sounds like you're talking about Merula. That's exactly who I'm off to see. She was acting rather odd after Esmeralda was in the hospital. And I want to find out why. Whatever you have to say will have to wait. I'm busy with something. I have nothing else I can really do anyway. Finally, some me time. I am very curious about Merula. Which one are we gonna get? Thanks for meeting with me, Merula. Don't thank me yet. I'm not sure what you're after, but you said it was important, so I'm here. It is important. I wanted to talk to you about what happened in the hospital wing. You mean Esmeralda? She was shaken up. Now she's fine. That's all that matters. She almost wasn't because a wild and dangerous Wampus Cat was loose in Hogsmeade. And Wampus Cats don't belong anywhere near Scotland. Odd, isn't it? But I have to say, we've seen weirder in our time at the school. Maybe, but what I also thought was weird was that while you were very concerned for Esmeralda, you weren't forthcoming about where you were when Esmeralda was attacked. In fact, you were acting suspiciously the whole time in the hospital wing. Suspiciously? How? Because I was worried about a friend? No, I mean, I suppose I've seen you care about your friends before. Thanks, Casey. How generous of you. But this was different. You seemed guilty when you were with Esmeralda, and I can't help but wonder what for. So you're blaming me, is that it? Something horrible happened, so it must be Merula Snide's fault, right? Unbelievable. I'm not blaming you, Merula, but a lot has been happening. A lot we haven't talked about. You're not blaming me? It sure seems like it. I just feel like you've been all over the place this year, since the end of last year. That's rich. I'd like to hear how. Fine then. I'll tell you. She has been acting weird. There's no question about it. But for all we know... And spoiler alert, by the way, that wasn't Merula at the end of the previous year. I don't know, man. We all go through ups and downs, you know? She's always been a bit of a mystery. I told you this when we first came back to school, Casey. Different than last year. Maybe you have changed, but you have to admit your behavior all year has been erratic. You snapped at Liz and me for no reason. One minute you're nice, then you're acting like your mean old self. Listen, Casey, I apologize for snapping at you and Liz. Esmeralda is the closest they have to a good friend. I was worried about her. See, even now, you're apologizing, which is totally unlike you. I pulled you out of that final vault. I could have left you there, but I didn't. That is true, but you could have had other reasons. All this questioning and suspicion isn't good for us, or our friends. Trust me, I've been thinking about our friends a lot. That's what I've been worried about. So when I saw you with Esmeralda, you saw me worried about a friend who was in danger and who had been hurt. You saw it affect me like any other person. And I think after everything we've been through, after Rowan, you'd perhaps understand me a little bit more. I'm not the same old little girl from 6 years ago, Casey. I know, but if we're truly friends, you leave us all alone. As much as I don't like admitting it, I thought we finally were. Maybe I don't want to be the old Merula, or even the new Merula. Maybe I'm still trying to figure out who I am. That makes sense, considering what I've seen. What have you seen? You need to choose to say it already. Or to believe your friend and leave this all alone for now. So what's it gonna be? Confront her about Nocturne Alley, leave it alone for now. The whole thing that we've been doing with me and Corey, Detective whatever, is to try to figure out what she's up to. Nocturne Alley, the Whomping Willow. I get the feeling she's probably going to lie to me, but I need to know about this Nocturne Alley thing. Was it her or not? There is something I've wanted to confront you about, but I wasn't sure how to say it. How was it then? At the end of our 6th year, I saw something in Nocturne Alley. There's always something happening in Nocturne Alley. Who cares? I care, Merula, because I saw you and no one. You saw nothing. Sometimes I go to Nocturne Alley. So what? Whatever it is you think you saw, you're wrong. I swear, with Rakepick gone, you're always looking for a bad guy. No, Merula, don't twist my words. I need to finish. You're worried about things you don't understand. And you like to be a know-it-all, but you don't know everything, Casey. It is better you don't. That I can promise you. See, you still won't let me talk, and you're not giving me any answers. You're wrong about that. I am your friend, and I'm on your side. That's all you need to know. Oh, thank goodness Ben's here. That'll break up this awkwardness. Ben, this isn't a good time. Actually, for once you have fantastic timing, Copper. I left Casey with a lot to think about. This isn't over, Merula. I'm gonna get the answers from you. Maybe, maybe not. Well, she dodged the hell out of those questions, didn't she? What was that about? You look more serious than me for once. It's complicated. Ask me again some other time, Ben. Alright, I will. But in the meantime, Rookie Twycross is waiting for us at the Ministry of Magic. Looks like we're headed back to the Ministry for a new assignment. Which makes me wonder what mystery we will explore next. I can never stand that answer, man. It's like people see something in TV shows and movies and things, and it's just like, oh, you didn't see anything, it was your imagination, or whatever you think you saw, it wasn't it. I don't know, I'm done. I'm done with that. She'll tell me when she's ready. Good, you're both here and on time. Hello, Mr. Twycross. Ben said you wanted to see us? Is it for a new assignment? That is correct, but first, I would like to say that I am quite impressed with you, Mr. Casey. I've heard your time in the Department of Regulation and Control of Magical Creatures. Based on what Mr. Diggory has told me, it is no easy feat to capture a Wampus Cat. Thank you, Mr. Twycross, but I couldn't have done it without my friends. I've already extended my congratulations to Mr. Lee, Mr. Weasley, and Miss Tuttle. It has been decided that they will continue in the department, but you and Mr. Copper are wanted elsewhere. Fantastic! Where would that be, Mr. Twycross? A new department would be interesting. Before we reveal anything, I have questions for you, Mr. Casey. Which department have you preferred visiting so far? Magical Law Enforcement or Magical Creatures? Magical Law Enforcement, Magical Creatures, I haven't decided yet. I think I kinda like the Magical Law Enforcement area better. Not that I have anything against magical creatures, but of course we adopt pets in the game, and of course Liz and Barnaby are always talking about the different creatures, and I think I'm kinda creatured out. I don't know if that's really a good answer though, because that's just based off my preference towards the game. I preferred visiting magical law enforcement. It was nice to see Mad Eye and learn about the department. As I recall, you handled the enchanted window curse quite spectacularly. The department was a good fit for you. Oh yeah, the enchanted window, that was something new and interesting. Hopefully, you'll find your new department agreeable. You'll be visiting magical accidents and catastrophes. Charlie told me a bit about that department. That's where the accidental magical reversal squad is. And the Muggle-worthy excuse committee. There's plenty of other divisions as well, Mr. Copper. Before you begin your new assignment, I'd like to take the time to tell you a little bit about the departments. I mean, I guess it's a good idea. The primary purpose of the Department of Magical Accidents and Catastrophes is to reverse magical accidents and catastrophes. We know, Mr. Tygrass. Don't be rude, Ben. It's quite alright, Mr. Casey. Imagine Mr. Copper is just excited about your new assignment. I know I'm excited about it. Then you best get a move on. Come on, Ben. It is time to explore the Department of Magical Accidents and Catastrophes. In the next video, well, we have tied up the loose ends with the Wampus Cat and that assignment. We're now moving on to a brand new department, which is fantastic. But we still don't know anything. With Merula, we're still not one step closer, and she refuses to say anything about what's going on. But for now, looks like we got new assignments, moving forward, in Harry Potter, Hogwarts Mystery. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye everybody.